guys familiar with Pinky Doll?
Is that that's a new rapper?
Yeah, is that a new
That's
rapper?
one of the dolls?
Yeah.
They should have a doll versus for the rappers.
I'm not familiar with her, but I've seen this video making its round.
So it's super popular in Japanese culture, but it's a type of streaming called NPC streaming. And basically, it's mostly women. They're dressed like video game versions of, characters. And it's people buying them gifts. They mimic the sound of the GIF, like repeating it over and over again. Ice cream, all that shit that you see in all these clips.
Mm-hmm.
And people are infatuated by, obviously, the looks of the person, but also like the speed at which they speak and how robotic and formulaic the entire stream is. So personally, content's not for me. I find it rather annoying, but I just want to know, like, before we get into her specifically, what do you guys think of that kind of NPC streaming?
I don't get it.
I mean, that's not my world, but
Figured.
Do we sound like old haters? What is the
No.
point? What's the point of it?
It's just
is it like cosplay type of thing?
Pretty much.
No.
Is it like
Not
AMSR,
cosplay.
whatever that
Little
shit is
bit.
called?
ASMR?
ASMR?
It's almost like turning AI into a kink.
Oh, so mental illness.
There we go.
Got it. Okay.
Sure.
So the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so people are getting off to these women pretending to be AI figures.
Hikey, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like explicitly sexual, but they are highly sexual in nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not me kink shaming, but I'm asking, are we just too overly sexualized at this point? Call back to
This is not
is
surprising.
this Sexy Red's fault for going to the high school is what I'm saying?
Yeah. All
If we have to go this far to
This is
get
all
a
Sexy
nut,
Red's fault.
Yeah, this is Sexy Red's fault.
Something I found interesting, a psychologist said this is like people's basic desire to have control over someone and
I can see
control and connection. So in her streams, Timbaland, one of our favorite producers, was one of her largest contributors to one of her streams where he was sending whatever. So the more you send, the more you control what she says.
this is what Timberland was talking about.
Back to AI.
Shit. He wasn't talking about a Biggie song. He was talking about Doll.
Oh, I get
Pinky
it.
Doll.
Oh, Pinky Doll.
See?
Not Biggie. Okay, Tim, you back in our good graces.
That's sick.
Leave the Biggie vocals alone and just
Yeah.
get your shit off over here.
So what would happen is like people will gift, let's say, an ice cream cone, and they'll make like a licking sound, or they'll react to like, let's say, hot peppers, and they'll be like, oh, jalapeno, I don't like it, essentially like that. Yeah, like it.
Timberland. Oh, Timberland in the building. Ooh. Oh, yeah, we're going there.
He's gonna sign her.
Pluto, everything. Where you at, Timberland?
What is she? What is she?
Jocelyn.
Like nationality wise?
Yeah.
I think she's Dominican.
Ice cream so good. Pop, amazing. Oh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's that for like hours.
I mean, great gig for her.
Like her
If she's
breaking
making money, good
character
for her.
was the Timbaland thing.
Word.
This
Yeah,
is
she's
fucking-
making money dope. She found a way to
She's making bread, I'm sure.
make money, but this is like,
All right, maybe I'm king shaming. Is this what it takes?
I mean,
It's like, come on.
I don't think you're kidding.
Everyone has their shit, but like, we have to take it this far.
this
It is a little weird.
This is very weird. Not a little.
This is like, you have
This is
to
very
watch so much fucking porn to have to get to this level. I feel
I
like.
think these are the same people that would fuck like life-size like dolls, robots, and
Like
shit.
Dave,
Who's Dave?
Dickie's character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
no, that was Dave.
That was just
Yeah.
Dickie.
And I think
Yeah.
like
No, it's his actual name.
Yeah.
It's the show. Is that? Yeah, that wasn't Lil Dicky. That was David.
I think it goes back to what Julian has said from the article, which is that people have a kink to controlling someone. So if you paid them out, because you pay in coins and shit like that, you paid a certain amount, you unlock that certain emoji, you sent it over, and they do and react to whatever you send over. And they might say your name.
I mean, but I guess if this stops people from wanting to be in control without consent, I'm all for it. But this may, I feel like, lead people to,
I think
after your emoji gets read 10 times, you have to go to the next level.
and try it in real life, like with somebody
Yeah.
outside in a
throw
club,
emojis at people.
at a bar. Like I just think that this is. Listen, if you got kinks, cool. That's your own prerogative. But some of this shit, you got to be like, all right, be careful, because if somebody likes having this much control over somebody online, this may transfer into some real life shit. And they feel like somebody in real life should do everything that they tell them to do, just like they do to this Pinky Doll girl. I don't know. It's just something seems very weird about this type of shit.
And I think my access to porn, which was at a lesser level when I was younger, definitely didn't do the best for my psyche. And that was at a very minimal level.
Uh-huh.
you got a 13-year-old able to do this. What are they going to be like at 22?
Yeah.
Since she really popped, all of her videos have over 1 million views. So.
Yeah. Cardi B used one of her reaction clips as a reaction on Twitter.
Programming.
Yeah.
Should have listened.
Hey.
Should have listened to Fab.
Loso was trying to tell us.
Yeah.
In case you ain't know so.
Oh my God.
This is creepy, and I think it's going to be a problem if.
Could we do this? Like, do these therapists and people, do they do a study on, like, let's say sex crimes after a lot of this shit becomes a thing?
I'm sure there's patterns that develop over time.
I think they should.
But a lot of those take time, you know?
Because this shit is, I'm telling you, somebody sits online and think that they can just tell a girl online, say this, do this, and they do it. That transfers into them in the real world outside.
You know the way where Pornhub at the end of each year always puts out the data? It's like the most searched in each state, whatever. I think this will be a year for a lot of the streaming NPC cucking because of the trends we're seeing online. I think that'll directly influence the searches people are making on those kind of sites.
We need to put more pressure on therapists. And here comes another ignorant rant from me.
From Rory.
No information, just things that pop up in my brain.
Clip it.
The way experts went to the Supreme Court and Congress and was like, hey, they're stealing our data. Look at what's happening. Our privacy is being taken right now. We need to do something about this. The therapists that go through all this shit and then even just post articles, it stops right there. There's nothing ever happens. Like therapists are just like, hey, yeah, this is about someone that may has an obsession about dominating. That's it.
Yeah, but what do you think? What
there should be some type, because therapy, of course, is so important, but it feels like therapists kind of give the impression that everything is okay. We're just going to explain it, and then our job is done. It's like, well, if you're the expert in this, can you give us some type of solution that's not big pharma? And maybe you should sit in front of some politicians and explain how this is affecting people and their actual mental health.
Yeah, like talk about what people may do before it gets to that level.
And they may be doing this and they just don't, put it on the news. It could be happening. I just haven't seen it.
But their role is to create that awareness. But again, as a citizen, you still have free will. You don't have to act on it.
Right.
You have to.
Well, you don't have free will.
Yeah.
Some people think that you do.
True.
We need, and that's another thing. We need more like boundaries, because I think we've gotten to a point where it's like, people want to be free of this and free of that and do what they want. You start to look at it, people will push things to a limit where it's like, all right, that's too far. And I think now we've gotten to that point where too far is not far enough.
Well, there's freedom and then there's boundaries. You can't have a working society without boundaries, even if everyone's free, laws, etc. And I'm saying that we're focusing on Roe v. Wade as far as control rather than what this type of shit on the internet is doing to people's brains and kids' brains.
Right.
Whereas, yes, there should be some type of control. I think that's how society can function safely. But why are we doing it with abortion rather than having a therapist go up and talk to the Supreme Court like, hey guys, this is going to fuck our kids up.
Yeah, but that's like quantitative versus qualitative. Like the abortion, the Roe v. Wade incident is, oh shit, I'm accidentally pregnant. This very thing now, I can't act on this because of what Congress said. It's tangible. Like I can't do this because of this. This is, you can't measure it. Like to Mal's point, how many murders, whatever the case may be. These are things that are happening over time. There's no pinpoint secular moment, There's not, it can't be measured is what I'm saying.
Well, they also said separate church and state to create America. And there's just a clip floating around now from the end of last year where someone was suggesting that the church asked Congress not to do the Roe versus Wade shit. And they said, all right, cool, we'll do that. But now everything within Christianity, you guys have to go to Republicans. Look it up.
That's sick.
I'm not making this up. This is a very viral. This was on the news. It just didn't get a lot of press where it's like, we'll make sure that the abortion shit happens for y'all. But now anything involving Christianity and your followers, it's all Republican now. Even if you disagree with us, it's all Republican.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Again, man, this shit, it could be a kink. And I know they say we kink shame. We need to bring back shame.
I agree.
I'm a fan.
Shame is important.
Yeah, I'm a fan of shame. Let's bring back some shame.
NewRoryNMal.